Okay, so this is my second video that I'm making. Um, I was browsing YouTube, I got to the weird part of YouTube, and then I got to the coming out stories of YouTube. And then I saw a couple of emotional ones that I thought, well, I should probably put that up too. So this is my story. Um, I had known for a long, long time that I liked boys because when I was a little kid, I'd look at boys and, well, obvious, look at boys. And around high school, when I started, figuring out what it was, I I decided I would come out to my parents. But just before that, I was already being bullied for being gay in middle school, in seventh grade, and all up until middle school, late eighth grade, and then I went to high school, and I came out to my parents at the age of 13. I had told my dad that something was bothering me. It wasn't so much that was bothering me, it's just that I was finding it hard to tell them. And I told my dad that he had been drinking, and but we were having a little get together, that's why he was drinking, but I told him, Dad, I am gay. And, well, we had an entire conversation, but the whole thing led up to it being okay. Like, he was accepting of it for the moment. For the moment. Later that day, um, I guess he told my mom, which I told him not to, and yeah, my mom found out, and she didn't address it as much as she was just like, focus on your school, don't worry about this shit, like, just, I need you to focus on school, you need to bring home the grades, you need to bring this home, you need, just basically telling me to focus on school and forget about everything else. I thought I got off easy, but for about a month and a half, about 2 months, it was so quiet in my house. The silence was deafening. I remember a week into that month, those 2 months, I had met a few friends at school. And this was the beginning of high school. Like, I'm talking about like the first 3 months of high school. But in the first week of the first month that I told them that I came out, I met this friend, and she was really, really cool. She was really supportive every time. Like, when I told them, she was right there to, help me up, be that shoulder to cry on, and she was really cool, and I appreciate what she did. And but I thought I could trust her, keeping her mouth shut and all. She had a crush on me, was what it was. And then when I told her, she was supportive, but at the same time she was, upset that I wasn't straight. We stopped talking for a little while, and then when we did start talking up again was when I noticed that she sat in the back of my health class in, I think it was first or second period. It was first period. And at some point, I was being bullied in class. Now, these were the bullies that were in my 7th and 8th grade in middle school. And they had come and they went in my morning class and my health class, and she, I was being bullied in the middle of class. And out of nowhere, we haven't talked. This is after I came out, after she'd been pissed. She came out and she was like, he's gay. Like, the reason she said that was because they were bullying me, and she stuck up for me. And then they were trying to bully her, talking about, oh, well, is he your boyfriend or whatever? And she was like, no, he's gay. And I'm like, bitch, you just outed me. Like, I was not ready for that. And it was quiet. quiet, 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 quiet. The teacher looked at me, and he looked around and continued as helpless. And coincidentally, we were discussing sexuality, so I guess it was kind of fitting that we had that. But so that's how that happened. And then from there, I was on the soccer team, and then nobody wanted to pass the ball to me. They were talking shit, and then I was getting shoved. I was basically the third team. They would pass me the ball because this whole anti-gay propaganda. But yeah, that was the first time I came out. Now the reason I say the first time was because my parents thought it was a stage, which it wasn't, and they kind of those 2 months they kind of rid it out and said, "Oh, well, it's probably a stage. He just got into high school. He's hanging out with gay friends." No, well, I probably gotten over the time limit on YouTube. Like I said, this is my second video. I'm gonna make a second video, so there's a part two going on. Okay, so stick with me. There's a part two.